All right, Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Now, we only seen one Duke game thus far. It was pretty darn impressive. It was against Kentucky, another powerhouse in college basketball. And from that game, I hear a lot of people already saying, Duke's the best team ever. This is the best Duke team ever. Chill, chill, chill. The ACC is still tough, and there are still a lot of teams that will have something to say about Duke being one of the best teams ever, and even one of the best Duke teams ever. All right, let's pump the brakes. I liked what I saw as well. I just need to see more of it. Let's talk about some NBA draft stuff, though. Let's break down some of these top guys that Duke has on their roster, and what did I get? What were my first impressions of some of these guys? I'm gonna start with Cam Reddish. So Duke, for those who don't know, they had the top three high schoolers. They got RJ Barrett, who was number 1, Zion was number 2, and I think Cam Reddish was number 3 on ESPN's big board. Let's start with Cam Reddish. I'll say this about Cam Reddish. I can't wait to see him play more, when one of these other guys get in foul trouble, and Zion will get in foul trouble this year. We'll see some time with Cam Reddish as the focal point. I can't wait to see more of Cam Reddish. For now, I think he might have the second most upside. Got some Tracy McGrady comparisons in him. I just need to see a little more from him. But yeah, this guy's legit. I think he has the second most upside. I'm going to get to Zion last. Let's go RJ Barrett. So RJ Barrett was the number 1 prospect in this class. He's over Zion, and the hype is around Zion, the popularity is around Zion, but RJ Barrett is the guy. I've seen some James Harden comparisons. I might want to pump my brakes on that. I don't think he's the shooter that Harden is. Now RJ Barrett gets some shots up, man. He gets them up. And I believe Harden was at Arizona State, if I'm not mistaken. Harden got him up at Arizona State, but I think Harden had a couple more moves. His footwork was a little more better. His footwork was better. He's a little more agile on the perimeter. But RJ Barrett doesn't turn down any shots. He is phenomenal. He's getting to the rim at will. I heard a DeMar DeRozan comparison as well. That seems a little bit more suitable for now. I'd say RJ Barrett out of these 3 guys, though, has the third most upside. I think Cam Reddish has a little more upside than him. RJ Barrett is probably the best right now, though, out of these 3 guys in regards to overall game. But I probably would take these other 2 guys before I take RJ Barrett in a draft. But expect RJ Barrett to probably have the best season. Like against Kentucky, he had the ball in his hands the most. He had the best night. I think he scored 33 against Kentucky. So expect RJ Barrett to just light it up. But I'll probably go with one of these other 2 guys first, just from what I've seen. And this can change throughout the season. For me, Zion Williamson has the most upside out of these Duke guys, and they'll probably be top 5. They'll probably be 3 out of the top 5 picks. Zion has the most upside to me. I get it. He's super hyped. I get it, man. He's been one of the most hyped prospects ever. He's one of the first Instagram prospects. What I mean by that is he became popular through 15-second Instagram clips when he was destroying high schoolers, period. All right, now, when I looked at Zion on the court, I seen 6'7", 285 be able to get up and down the court. If you watch one of my previous videos, I told y'all the only concern I have with Zion's game as of right now, 2 concerns, is his shooting that he is working on, and he's getting better at. He's much better than what he was in high school. Even like 6-7 months ago, I was watching some high school games from him. He can knock that shot down better now than he did then. Another concern I had with him was his conditioning, man. Coach K took him out a lot in that first half. I gotta see Zion. That's a lot of weight to be carrying around. He's got big hips, big shoulders, big body, big body, big interior, all that. That's a lot of weight to be toting around. I gotta see how he holds up for just, he's gonna jump from playing about 35, 40 games if Duke makes it to the national championship to doubling that in basketball, 82 games. If he's really good, his team gets to the playoff, you're talking about maybe 86, 90 games, including the preseason. It's a big jump for a guy toting around that much weight. I do believe he's going to have to lose 15, 20 pounds. My comparison that I came up with right now, I got him at Josh Smith right now. A bigger Josh Smith. He's got more muscle than Josh Smith had out of high school. But right now, that's what I'm comparing him to. Josh Smith struggled on that jumper for a lot of his career. He knocked it down in spots. I think Zion will end up being a better shooter than him. Josh Smith was probably a couple inches taller than Zion. But Zion's got more moves, I believe, than Josh Smith. He is a beast around the rim, and he's much better than I thought he was around the rim. Post-up game is better than what I thought. He's got some moves, and he's willing baskets in right now. Again, when you get to the NBA level, it's going to be a lot tougher than that night in, night out when you're looking at Joel Embiid or Anthony Davis or hell, like a Julius Randle even. Like, it's going to be tougher at that next level, obviously. But, yeah, Zion's got the most upside to me. You cannot draft anyone else at the number 1 pick this year. Yeah, unless LeBron and Steph Curry and Kevin Durant can go back to high school and go back to college and be in this NBA draft, which they can't, you got to go Zion just on sheer upside alone. You got to take that opportunity. He could be the changer for your franchise. 100% he'll at least be the energizer buddy that your franchise needs no matter who you are. If you're a team, you tank for this guy. Last year's draft, we had DeAndre Ayton at 1. We got Luka in that draft as well, Marvin Bagley. All due respect to all 3 of those guys. I think they'll all have phenomenal careers, long careers too, all 3 of those guys. They don't bring the hype that this kid brings, you know? And they're not, Marvin Bagley's, he's a pretty skinny guy. DeAndre Ayton's got some meat on his bones. He's a strong dude. He's impressive. And Luka Doncic, he plays on the perimeter. He's a point guard. None of these guys are nowhere, in all due respect to Ayton, none of these guys are even close to the intimidating presence that Zion will be as soon as he steps into the NBA. I don't like the LeBron comparisons. LeBron may be the greatest player of all time. I don't like comparing anybody to him. At least in the top 5 greatest of all time. I will say this. To not knock the LeBron comparison or anybody saying this, I'm not comparing LeBron and Zion's game. LeBron is head and shoulders, the mental aspect of the game. He was better than Zion at 18 than what Zion is now. LeBron mentally got this game ways that we hadn't seen a high schooler get this game when he was coming out of school at St. Vincent St. Mary. Like, LeBron got this game. Like, he got life at an early age. I'm not sure Zion's even close to being there. LeBron's IQ, his passing ability. LeBron's still the best passer in the NBA right now to me. Zion ain't got that. That's not who he is. But I will say this, to not knock those comparisons all the way. He does stand out on the screen. Like, when you're watching basketball, you do realize, like, something's different about this guy. You know, like when you seen LeBron play, just how explosive he was, how phenomenal he was. There is something different about Zion. Like, when you watch him play, you feel it. Like, I only watched 1 game. But it took me 2 minutes, and I was like, yo, something is different about this kid, man. You fit that any possession, you feel like something big could happen. You know, it's like watching Calvin Johnson or Michael Vick play football. It's like he's one play away from getting this big time dunk, and that's going to excite fans to come to games. I'm sorry, Luka Doncic or DeAndre Ayton don't excite me to come to a basketball game like Zion will. That's going to, whoever gets their hands on Zion, man, yo, at least for the next couple years until he figures his game out, it's going to take him some time. You got somebody who's going to energize that franchise because he can still windmill that basketball and damn near dunk from the free throw line, and he's doing it in a game. So you're going to have somebody who, you know, he might average 12 points his first year. It's going 2 or 3 of those baskets are going to be some big time jams. He's going to dunk on some guys. You know, Blake, I don't think he'll have the rookie year that Blake Griffin had. I know Blake missed his original rookie year with a torn ACL, I believe. I don't think he'll have the rookie year that Blake had when he did play. Blake won Rookie of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But he's going to be phenomenal to watch. He's definitely got to become a better defender. But that athleticism and that, you just can't teach that type of stuff. He's a freak. So I got Zion at 1. I got Cam Reddish at 2 and RJ Barrett at 3. And RJ Barrett might be the best and the most ready to go in the NBA like next year. Right? So if a team trades up and they're able to get their hands on a number 3 pick and they're like 1 or 2 guys away, RJ Barrett might be a guy that you could use on your roster. You know what I mean? He might be a guy that you, let me not say use on your roster. He might be a guy that's ready to go in your starting lineup right now. But when we're talking upside, which those top 5, top 10 lottery picks are, Zion 1, Cam Reddish 2, and RJ Barrett 3 for me right now. That will change though, maybe, or I don't know. Maybe it won't change. We'll talk more about it for sure during the season though. Thank y'all so much for the love and support. If you like anything that I said in this video, if I make sense to you, I'm not a pastor, but if I made sense to you when I break this game of basketball down to you, man, go ahead and follow me on IG, Miss Taliaferro TV. Man, go ahead and subscribe to the platform, Ferro Reacts right here. And if you're into hip-hop news, I break that down to an elite level. A couple more subscribers on that platform than this. It's Mr. Taliaferro. Keep you guys up to date as best I can. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Taliaferro. Mr. Taliaferro.
Mr. Taliaferro. Mr. Taliaferro. Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr. Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's. You can't do nothing but win.